The United Nations has condemned the recent attack in the Democratic Republic of Congo, where protesters clashed with the police. The deadly protest left at least 22 people dead, including the 3 UN peacekeepers. Protesters have blamed the UN peacekeeping mission there of failing to quell violence in the country by armed groups. We're joined now to talk about the latest coming out of the DRC by David Masomo, founder and executive director of NGO Mavuno. He's based in Beni. Thank you very much for availing yourself this afternoon. So these protests, how should we understand it in relation to MONUSCO? They've been in the country for over 20 years. What has led to the frustration of the people on the ground?
Yeah, thank you so much. As you know, the MONUSCO has been here in the Congo for more than 22 years now. And the results is really negative. Everybody knows that the MONUSCO has really failed to protect the population. So all the killings are still happening for these 20 years in the region where MONUSCO is working. So the protest against MONUSCO is really normal. Nobody can, because MONUSCO came in the Congo, because the international community knew that the government were not able to protect the Congolese. That's why MONUSCO came. But MONUSCO is not working, it's not doing its job. So why leaving the MONUSCO in the Congo while it's not doing its job? So that's why there is no good relation between the population and
And this exercise has not been cheap, where billions of dollars have been spent each year to keep MONUSCO in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. We have been seeing some videos making rounds, especially on social media, showing MONUSCO peacekeepers firing live ammunition at the people on the ground. This is something that the United Nations has denied. Are you able to confirm this for us?
Excuse me, what's the incident you're talking about?
So we've seen videos on social media of peacekeepers from MONUSCO firing live ammunition at the everyday Congolese that has decided to come out against it. Are you able to confirm this for us? Because the UN has denied it.
This is something happened yesterday in Kasindi at the border between Uganda and Congo, where the MONUSCO staff were trying to force their entry in the Congo, and the police and the people who were at the border refused to open for them. So they shoot on the lock. They opened the border by force, and they started to shoot on people. And I've heard that around 4 people has died, and more than 10 people are wounded. They are now in hospital. So this is something that is really making the situation worse. The relation between the population and the MONUSCO will be more difficult in the coming days.
What has been the response of President Felix Tshisekedi?
The president has not said anything, but the chairperson of the MONUSCO has condemned that situation, and they said they will punish those who are responsible of this situation.
What of your neighbors? You speak of Uganda, Rwanda. Have any of your neighboring countries actually said anything on the situation?
Not yet. This is something that is happening between MONUSCO and the population. This is really a problem between the population that is feeling that they are abandoned by the international community, that the feeling that MONUSCO is spending a lot of money and not doing their job, and which is true actually.
Sure. You speak of the feeling of the everyday Congolese on the ground. As you noted that some of the security situations have not improved, even though MONUSCO has been in the country for some 22 years. What is it that you are hearing from everyday Congolese, not only in relation to MONUSCO, but in relation of the sitting president and his interventions to make the life of the everyday Congolese better?
Yep. So this is really it's confusing. Actually, I know that even the population is still is protesting against MONUSCO, that doesn't mean that the people are really happy about what the government is doing. So they still, but they know that, okay, MONUSCO has been here for long, and they came because MONUSCO came in the country because the government couldn't help the population. So that's how the population feels. And MONUSCO has failed. So the population want MONUSCO to go, then they can deal with the government. They can deal now with the government directly. So this is something, it's not saying like, okay, they agree with what government is doing. That's why they are protesting against MONUSCO. So they want to do the job one and at a time. So they do the first do against MONUSCO. I am sure they will deal with the government later.
Just before we let you go, as a Congolese, outside of the work that you do, that this is such a curious case of the richest country on the continent, where some people have literally called it the heart of Africa. If you can get the Congo to work, then, you know, we can get the rest of the continent to work. What does this mean, or how does this translate to you as an everyday Congolese?
So it's really complicated. Actually, that's something that as Congolese we hear about that. We hear about all the wealth that Congo has, all the mineral, all these resources we have. But I mean, this is just reading. Those are just things we read about and we hear about, and it has never been translated into wealth. It has never improved the social, economical life of the people. So these are just stories that we hear, and they have no impact on the life.
Thank you very much for availing yourself this afternoon. David Masomo is the founder and executive director of the NGO Mavuno, a humanitarian organization.